why do these different variants of Steve exist? And it's not just these, there's a lot more. So today, I'll be showing you the most bizarre Steves to discover how weird the internet can get. And by weird, I mean really weird. Starting with... Brainrot Steve is created by YouTube animator ItSharkBait, who makes different parodies of shows from Five Nights at Freddy's, Adventure Time, and even Quandale Dingle.
Guys, look! It's Quandale Dingle.
His style is unique, with most of the characters he has in his animations drawn with a cartoony black outline and for some reason red eyes, which can convey a lot of things. Anyways, we'll learn more about Brainrot Steve in the video Minecraft movie, but it's Brainrot, which to me is a parody to make fun of the movie. And if it is, I don't blame him. That movie was trash. Just opening the first seconds, I can already tell what I'm getting myself into. Throughout the video, we basically have this messed up looking Jack Black saying the majority of the memes like chicken jockey. But as the video goes on, Jack Black meets Brainrot Steve messing around with some mobs. Steve's build is reminding me of that cartoon Ren and Stimpy, because this Steve is given a pretty messed up look with the red eyes, disjointed square head, and creepy smile. But hey, at least Brainrot Steve is absolutely jacked. It then cuts to Jack Black working in McDonald's, with Steve telling him to put the fries in the bag. And it's not just these type of Brainrot content ItSharks adds in the video. He also adds the overused job slur in this one clip. It's quite easy to just call this video pointless slop, but it really isn't. There's a scene that references Avatar: The Last Airbender with Brainrot Steve seeing his past incarnations like in Avatar. Here we see Newbie from Pixel Gun 3D, Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode, a cartoon character we'll cover later, Real Steve, Skin Tight Steve, and last, Avocado Animation Steve. This references a popular trend on TikTok where it shows the Steve War, a Minecraft version of the Invincible War in the show. And the way SharkBait portrayed this using Avatar was absolute cinema. One thing I learned from watching this video is that I genuinely hope ItSharkBait keeps making more. He's incredibly talented and you can tell he puts a lot of effort into his work. This project alone seems like it took over a year to complete, so big props to him. Hopefully he continues creating more of these funny Minecraft animations. But yeah, Brainrot Steve is only the beginning. It only gets weirder from here. I'm not gonna lie bro, there's not much to explain about this Steve. Just take a look at this video. While researching for this video, I came across this video with a fat Steve dancing to EDM music. I didn't think anything of it, it's just Steve that really likes burgers and is tweaking out during the video. So obviously this is just slop that was made in the depths of the internet. But then I wondered who in their right mind would make this? After looking into it, I was able to find a channel named Grass Lion, where it seems to be a re-uploaded video from a second account of his. Judging by the other two videos on his channel, he's a 3D animator, where I watched both and they were all really well made. Sad to see he used his talents for that burger video. But the thing is, he wasn't just any normal Minecraft animator. He was doing animations for Team Crafted, a popular OG Minecraft group with Sky Does Minecraft, Bayesian Canadian, and Sunday. Back in the good old days, these guys were the stuff. But just like Team Crafted's members disbanding, he did as well, with not much information online as to why. At least later in his career, he actually worked with Captain Sparkles, working on the Fallen Kingdom series for parts 3 and 4. But fast forward to now, he has no digital footprint, which makes it seem like he completely left Minecraft and put his past behind him. Why is this Steve called a jerk? Well, just take a look at this clip.
The weather outside.
The Steve was made by Fun Cuts on YouTube but was more popularized on TikTok, with his most popular video with Jerk Steve being at 32 million views. The way Fun Cuts has the Steve is he puts him in certain situations where it doesn't end well with different people, where either they get hurt or something funny happens. Like for example, this one where this blue shirt dude tries to walk in the garage, but Jerk Steve flips a lever, causing the garage door to hit the guy's face, with Steve quickly running away from the scene. Poor guy. There are hundreds of videos just like these that Fun Cuts made that honestly made me chuckle for some. What's even more interesting is how he makes these Jerk Steve videos, where if you go to his Telegram, he shows the whole process on how he makes them, where he records himself in Minecraft with green blocks all around, and possibly the replay mod to get the angle. Then he records the video and edits Jerk Steve perfectly to match the scenario like the clips we saw earlier. Jerk Steve had become such an icon, with people making joke comments like, "Bro, somebody needs to stop Steve." Due to how viral Fun Cuts video went, even a mod was made with Jerk Steve, created by L33TFox. And that's how Jerk Steve became a jerk. But the next Steve, yeah, I have no idea how to explain this one. Okay, just by taking a look at the Steve, you can already tell how far we really went down. Puppet Steve is a channel that has gotten over 1 million subscribers, which you'll find out soon isn't so relevant. This channel's most oldest video takes us back to almost 10 years ago. It started with this weird red-haired blue-skinned puppet, and I kid you not, a talking muffin. This was called the Marty and the Muffin Show. Now obviously we can tell this was made for kids, but after finding out this Marty and Muffin Show wasn't working for his audience, whoever is running this channel found out he can get more views by using Steve to be his mascot. People on the internet wanted to know who was running this channel. The search took a while, until people online recognized the voice to be a YouTuber called Irate Gamer.
Oh, you're playing a Mario game. You mind if I watch?
Ooh, glow in the dark!
This YouTuber reviews pretty old games, and like the games, is old himself, almost pushing 50. Which, not to hate on the guy, but remember he's running a kids channel where he plays and unboxes toys. It might seem I'm being a bit harsh on the guy, but he really isn't so innocent. Irate Gamer, or Puppet Steve, has some serious drama with his name, issuing a copyright strike to both FNAF YouTuber Johnny Blocks and Mr. Springs. Johnny Blocks addressed the issue on Twitter, saying that it was a false copyright strike, where in the situation he used a live stream clip in Puppet Steve's channel showcasing the new FNAF toys. The claim said almost half of the video was copyrighted, but in reality Johnny Blocks only used about 35 seconds of Puppet Steve's footage. And when he shows the screenshot, you can clearly see the strike was completely false. And not only did Puppet Steve do that, for someone who's almost 50, he handled the situation in a really childish way, not even contacting Johnny Blocks or Mr. Springs privately to resolve the issue, only commenting on Johnny Blocks' video saying, "I didn't say you could use my footage," the day before issuing the copyright strike. Now, just so you know how serious this is like falsely reporting someone to the police. That action can have them going to jail when they never even deserved it. So Puppet Steve was putting both Johnny Blocks' and Mr. Springs' livelihood and channel at stake. The tweet gained a tremendous amount of support on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube, with many people talking about the situation and giving backlash towards Puppet Steve, which eventually made him retract the strike, making a happy ending for both Johnny Blocks and Mr. Springs. But not so much for Puppet Steve. Fast forward to now, the Puppet Steve channel is hated on and not getting the views it used to, barely even breaking 10k views, especially on a 1 million subscriber channel. SMG4, standing for Super Mario Glitchy 4, is a YouTube channel created by Luke, who began uploading Mario animations in 2011. The channel gained a ton of popularity between 2014 to 2016, growing over to 1 million subscribers in that time frame. SMG4 is a big part of many people's childhood, because many love the Mario characters, memes, and internet humor in his videos. But it wasn't just these Mario characters, there were many more he added in his videos, including his own version of Steve. There's actually so much lore with this character that a full wiki page was made just to explain him. We first see Steve in a video from 13 years ago called Super Mario 64 Bloopers World of Craft Mine. In the video as a green screen Mario and SMG4's OC as Blue Mario, where they mess around in Minecraft. Both of these characters destroy the world. I mean, just look at this. They both then see Steve where they continue to wreck the world with him. And it gets pretty weird from here.
I thought you were dead! You saw it!
As SMG4 evolved throughout the years, so did Steve, where he was introduced in many more videos with better animations. A good example of this is the video SMG4 Steve Fights Everyone, where Steve is the focal point of this episode. In the video, one of his chickens get blown up, causing him to go on a complete rampage, from beating Captain Falcon, to Pikachu, to even Sans from Undertale. SMG4 Steve seems like a pretty chill guy. All you gotta do is not mess with his chickens. But that's quite the opposite when we look at his criminal record. Here, it shows the crimes SMG4 Steve has. Some not so bad ones like assaults, all the way to murder, and others that YouTube won't let me talk about. Sadly, we won't be seeing much more from SMG4. Because in a recent video, Luke has said that the series will end after 2025. That means no more new SMG4 episodes, and no more new Steve videos. It's kind of crazy something many people grew up with is finally coming to an end. Clarence is a kid from a show on Cartoon Network. Funny enough, his name is what the show is called. The show is basically about Clarence and his friends doing everyday things. But everything is weird because of how Clarence sees the world. Okay, but this isn't about Clarence. He doesn't look anything like Steve. That's why we take a look at his friend, Jeff Randall. Now, does Jeff look familiar in any way? Yeah, he's literally Steve in a show. This one is by far the most unbelievable, quote, Steve the internet made. To learn a bit about Jeff Randall, you first need to know what kind of kid he is. Jeff is basically the total opposite of Clarence. While Clarence is insane, Jeff is the calm and smart one in the friend group, unlike Sumo. We're not even gonna talk about him. Jeff is known for his tall square head and the fact that he tries way too hard to keep everything under control. He studies all the time, he hates germs, and gets anxiety over the smallest problems. But that's also why people care about him. He's not just a joke character, he shows what it's like to be scared of messing up. And even with all the stress he gets from his friends, he still chooses to hang out with Clarence and Sumo. Because deep down, he wants friends who make life more fun, even if his friends cause him to go insane. So it makes me wonder, how in the world did the internet think he is a version of Steve? Well, straight up, it's due to one reason and one reason only. He's got a square head.
Jeff is
Steve. Steve.
It all started during the development of the show Clarence. A discussion happened in a Minecraft forum where a person who made the post titled it Steve-like character on Cartoon Network's new show Clarence. In the post, he then goes on to say it's to make kids who know about Minecraft want to watch the show, noticing that it's Steve. Ending off saying, it kinda makes Steve look bad. The single forum post caused everyone to speculate Jeff is Steve. Mind you that it was 2014 when this post was made. Almost a decade later, people are still calling Jeff as a version of Steve. One example on a Reddit post where it shows Steve side by side by Jeff. Honestly, I'm starting to see it now. But these are all fan speculations. It's not like Jeff was inspired by Steve or anything like that. An anonymous user sent me a message. It's leading to an official IMDb trivia website. What's this? The character's Jeff appearance / design is based on the Minecraft default character Steve? Bruh. What if Steve had a copycat version of himself? Well, it's not a what if. There are tons of Minecraft copycats, from CubeCraft to Blockcraft, Planets of Cubes. There's a ton of them. This is nothing new, where different types of media have their cheap copies, and they would straight up make fun of the original. But this Steve copycat is different. Walter is your character in a game called Survivalcraft. Survivalcraft was made in the early 2015 mobile era. From just looking at the game, it looks like another Minecraft clone. But its origin is deeper and honestly way more interesting than Minecraft's origin. Survivalcraft started as a dad trying to make a version of Minecraft for his son. Back in 2011, when Minecraft was blowing up and it was everywhere on YouTube, a coder named Marcin Kalinsky loved the game but wanted something that fit his own playstyle. Something extreme, more realistic, and more survival focused. His son also loved Minecraft, so Kalinsky built his own take on it from scratch. That small project turned into a full release on mobile. But the thing is, Survivalcraft didn't try to be Minecraft. It took what was great about the game and had their own twist on it. The game that started as a gift for his son ended up becoming one of the most loved survival games. And just like how Steve represents Minecraft, Walter is what represents all the hard work Kalis did to make a great game and be a part of so many people's childhood. Even though Walter doesn't have much of a personality, because he's only just your player. The only bit of lore we can know about Walter is in the bestiary that says a man is strong, can hit hard and withstand many injuries, but he is slower moving than a woman and needs more food to survive. If you've noticed, it also said woman, which tells that there is also a female version you can be in the game, kind of like Alex in Minecraft. Well, that is the case because besides Walter, there are not only 4 other girl characters you can be, but also 3 other dude characters you can choose from, with all of them having different unique names. Unlike most of the Steves we've covered so far that are only really one channel, this one was more so a trend than anything, making anyone who did it a real life version of Steve. The very first person who did this is a YouTuber named Corrupt Carnage, who started off making quite old Minecraft Let's Plays that almost everyone in their 20s and 30s tried to do in old Minecraft. But like for many of us, Corrupt Carnage wasn't seeing any success with these Let's Plays, so he had to be a bit creative. That's when he released the first ever documented real-life Minecraft video called Real Life Minecraft Episode 1 How to Build a Shelter.
Here we are. Look what we got here. This is a bit of a nice level terrain. The first thing you got to do but to build a house is to get some wood. So let's just cruise down to those 2 trees down there. Let's just get some wood here. Oh, that's hurting my hand. Oh, there we go. Got it. Let's pick it off there from the ground. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4 pieces of wood. That's great.
With how popular this video has, many came back being nostalgic of the video, with them saying, I remember when I was like 5 and I thought this was the coolest thing ever. With another saying after 5 to 6 years, I finally found this video again. This guy's a legend for being part of my childhood. At the time, this video went mega viral, causing Corrupt Carnage to make even more of these Minecraft realistic videos. From driving, cooking eggs, and even making a creeper costume just for a bit. Looking at this stuff now, it was prime YouTube. As a kid, I would make videos exactly like this, going in my backyard with a phone and recording with my hand on the right. Then something happened. Time and life goes on. The content got old and many people forgot about these videos made by Corrupt Carnage. And the trend of realistic Minecraft became a memory. 5 years passed, then another person brought a completely new twist to the idea. YouTuber Kibitz and the Captain uploaded his first video called Realistic Minecraft The Beginning, where instead of being in the real life world, he used a green screen keeping his hands real, but role-playing himself to be in the Minecraft game. It wasn't just him, there was a ton more YouTubers like this, which weren't really good. Because unlike Corrupt Carnage's realistic Minecraft video where it was actually cool, these new inspired ones were just straight up weird. The problem with these new realistic Minecraft is it never hit the same way as Corrupt Carnage's video did. Instead of being creative, the newer creators milked realistic Minecraft, losing on what made the original so good. The videos were real, creative, and made by someone just having fun. That's why people still remember it. But the thing with all these creators, or Steves as I call them, they show how YouTube was really simple back then. We didn't have a Mr. Beast having crazy explosions or ADHD editing. Back then, there was people being creative, like Corrupt Carnage going in his backyard and pretending to be in Minecraft. And honestly, during this time, that's all you needed. But like most of these old Minecraft trends, it didn't last. Looking at Corrupt Carnage's channel now, he completely abandoned it. And his videos just didn't get the same support also. It's just the thing is, the algorithm changed and for most of us, we grew up. And just like that, these old videos were forgotten. But first, we're trying to build a community of people who love this type of content, and we're looking for a goal of 20,000 people to get into this community. So hit that subscribe button. If we get 20,000 subscribers, I will do a backflip. No joke. Made by the YouTuber Macadamia, Noob Steve comes from one video called Noob Wants to Create a Country. We meet Noob Steve in his normal Minecraft skin before he suddenly transforms into an animated version of himself. A tag appears in the corner, Crafter Rank Wood, showing us this world has a ranking system and he's starting at the very bottom. Steve clearly has no clue how Minecraft works, but we learn his goal fast. He wants a giant castle and to be a king. As a rank wood player though, he's nowhere near that. He punches a tree like his life depends on it and gets one wood block for his effort, and then immediately gets blown up by a creeper. Classic Noob Steve moment. After respawning, he gets to a village, saying that he's stronger than normal villagers, so naturally he decides to turn them into his minions to get his kingdom. The village looks normal, villagers farming, trading, even one dude flexing a diamond pickaxe. But things go downhill when Noob Steve gets caught stealing crops. He looks up with the most clueless expression, noticing the villager ladies, and immediately decides they should become his wives. By force. You can tell it won't be good with hard eyes and him pulling out a boat. In the normal game, you're able to trap any mob in a boat, and if you have a leash, you can bring them around anywhere. Which is pretty terrifying because we don't know what Noob Steve will do. But by the look of his expression, it's not good. The villager girls start running away, but for some reason they just stop and stay in one spot. It seems Noob Steve is about to get them. Until the villagers from earlier block him, all staring Steve down with angry faces. An old villager steps up to talk things out, but Noob Steve tells them they should worship him and hand all over their loot. The old guy says nuh-uh, so Steve pulls out an axe to game end him, but it snaps in half. That's when the old villager guy suddenly gets crazy buff, and Steve turns around to see the rest of the villagers doing full-on JoJo poses. One punch later, Steve realizes he came into a muscle village. In the video, Noob Steve shows he has a selfish and creepy personality. Instead of playing Minecraft normally, he wants control and to be a king. When he sees the villager girls, he doesn't treat them like people, but instead as objects for his sick desires. Lookout 3D is a Minecraft meme YouTuber and TikToker, gaining almost a combined total of 3 million followers with both platforms. What makes Lookout 3D different from the other creators is that instead of making a Steve, he is Steve, or better well known as Lookout 3D Steve. Taking a look at his Minecraft skin, he has the normal Steve skin with a funny looking hat. Judging by his profile picture being a character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Lookout 3D's hat oddly resembles Goody Mista's from the series. But once you look at his content, it ends up being even more bizarre than JoJo itself. His content is turned to 3 concepts. The Oh My PC, where his game glitches, and then there's the movies and short films that have a skit to them.
Life is good. I'm the richest in the village. Nothing bad ever happens anymore. I got a yachted up villager.
Each one is described with one word: insane. Lookout 3D always finds a way to keep me watching with all the random things he puts in his videos. From stuff like this.
Bro, what is that? Nah, I'm so sick of seeing you, bro. I see you everywhere. Separate now! Separate! Oh my.
To this.
Oh, hey, I was just showing your family some pictures you sent me. No. Let's go.
Yeah, these are the main reasons Lookout 3D Steve is on this list. It's just so unpredictable on what's gonna happen during his videos. Avocado Animation Steve, or better known in the Steve War meme, Soulless Steve, was created by Avocado Animations, where he depicts Steve not as a weird variant, but as a monster. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. The series the Steve is in is spaced out into 4 parts: Minecraft A Villager's Night 1, 2, and 3, and most recently 4. Each series has Steve doing the most messed up things known to man, from destroying an entire village, making a villager farm, as well as brutally game-ending several villagers in the worst way possible, all with a straight face. We all know how in normal Minecraft, each action Steve does in game is pretty PG-13. All the suspicious actions you might be doing isn't bad since Minecraft has that child-friendly graphic. From most of the time, villagers don't react, they just grunt and only really panic running away from you when getting hit. But Avocado turns the villagers into actual people instead of brain-dead mobs. He makes villagers scream in fear, trying to run away from him due to the massacre Steve does. And that's why this version of Steve hits so hard. Avocado Animation forces you to look at Minecraft in a way you've never have before, making a world where you are the monster, since you play as Steve. Just the thought makes me uncomfortable, because deep down, everyone has done something like this to a villager. It's just been hidden with kid-friendly block graphics. Merryweather Steve originates from a Minecraft comic made by Merryweather Media, a group that makes short stories through comics. The person who started all of this is Lucius Merryweather, who not only owns a YouTube channel that dubs these comics, but also is a part-time VTuber.
My name is Lucius Merryweather, and I'm the CEO of Merryweather Media, and I'm a VTuber on the side for fun. But you're probably more likely to be familiar with some of my works as a writer.
As cool as Lucius is, the main thing we're looking at is his Minecraft comic. Steve in this universe has some interesting companions that we'll talk more about later, but overall he looks nothing like the Steve we all know. First thing you notice is he has no eyes, and is built like an absolute Chad. Interestingly enough, the way this Steve is set up works like a fantasy anime, where an ordinary person is suddenly transported to another world. Minecraft is shown to be that world, but as a fantasy world sounds, Steve isn't exactly in the best position here, being stuck with his 3 main companions: the Creeper, who blows up his house, the Skeleton, who kills Steve with arrows, and last, the Enderman, who is actually pretty chill, really only looking at the stars with Steve.
I will watch the stars with you.
Weirdly, all these girls just fall in love with Steve. No like character development with why, they just like him for some reason. Now if you're curious, this comic is found on YouTube where there's the first season, all dubbed and everything. Also, one thing that caught my attention was Steve's voice.
In the forests of Minecraft, on an ominous night, I need wood.
This is the same guy who voices Aiden from Dying Light 2 and Kokushibo from Demon Slayer. Both very serious characters. So the overall casting of this video was spot on. The voice really makes Steve this manly dude that should not be messed with. But besides the character, the overall story in this comic is interesting, with the Witherstorm from Minecraft Story Mode being shown in this world. Yeah, it's interesting how Steve is more so a human transported to this dimension, while the Minecraft features are turned into abilities. But you want to know what else is interesting? It's not just these Steves that exist. There's a whole multiverse of them. And my goal is to explain every single one to you. So if this is what we've found so far, imagine what's still hiding out there. But yeah guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in this one next. Peace!